Edima, what are you doing on that YouTube?
Dun, da, da, da. The time is here, and that wasn't exciting as I thought it was going to be. Hey, what's good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So for today, I am doing a highly requested video because a lot of you guys were peeping my Instagram. Y'all was watching my story, checking the girl out, maybe tapping through. Anyways, a lot of you guys were really wanting to know how I achieve my stuffed bell pepper recipe. So if you guys are interested in that, continue watching. Also, a couple of you guys were wanting to know where I got my personalized name necklace that I have been rocking lately. And fortunately enough, Sufield Jewelry was kind enough to send me my own personalized name necklace. Like, what's up? So if you guys are wanting to, you know, spice up your neck for the spring and summertime, get on Sufield Jewelry. I'll leave all descriptions for their link and their company down below and their Instagram so you guys can follow them as well. You guys are going to love, love, love their jewelry. I mean, do you see how I'm just spiced and dazzled over here, you know? Guys, really hope you guys like this video. If you guys have any comments, you already know what to do. Feel free to comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, beauties. Alright, hey, what's good, beauties, and welcome back to my channel. So for today, we're starting off doing this stuffed bell pepper recipe along with 3 other dishes that I have prepared for you guys. So starting off, I'm going to be cutting my bell peppers in half, and what you're going to do is once you're done cutting in half, you want to remove the seed from the middle of it. Now this is just to ensure that whenever you're done making a dish that you don't have any of this in. So you would just want to make sure you tap out the excess, and then this is what it should look like once you cut it out. So now we have all of them clean and cut and ready to go. So I'm going to be starting off using my ground turkey, and I decided that I wanted to use baby corn for this tutorial, but I saw when I got back it's not the type that I wanted, so I left this out, but the corn is definitely optional if you want to use that. So I've already went and washed my ground turkey, and I'm just going to pour it into the pan and just stir it around. You just want to keep mixing and breaking it down. I went and added some water so it could break down a little bit quicker and easier for me. So it'll be that much easier to work with. So now I'm just adding garlic powder and chili powder to the mix. And I think I added 1 more of Knorr's chicken flavor seasoning. So now I'm just adding green onions and spinach into this as well. I did want to add more vegetables to my dish outside of the bell peppers. Alright, so I had noticed that I had a lot of excess water that I did not want to be in this pan, so I went and poured that out and brought it back, and I just want to mix it around so that way the heat can soak up the rest of the water. Now I'm going to be adding that Knorr's seasoning that I had mentioned from earlier, and I'll leave that in the description box. And I'm just going to be adding Ragu's spaghetti sauce in here. This just adds like a lot of creamy consistency and texture to this dish, and I would definitely recommend using Ragu sauce because it's going to be dry without it. I use about half of this jar, but you can do to your own liking, but half of this jar is going to be perfect for this size amount of ground turkey. So once you're done, you are just going to have your bell peppers placed out in a dish, and I'm just stuffing it, like really nothing much to it. I'm just getting a spoon and stuffing it all the way. You want to make sure that as you're stuffing, you're packing it on in there. Do not be timid with this because by the time you place this inside the oven, the bell peppers are going to spread, and you want to make sure that all the chili or the ground turkey is going to get covered. So this is it when it's done, and I decided that I wanted to add some Colby Jack cheese on top of this. So we're just adding that to the top of the ground turkey. I definitely feel like this adds a lot of character to this dish and gives it the flavor that it needs. Now, if you don't want to and you're really trying to watch calories and everything, you don't have to add the Colby Jack cheese. But personally, I feel like this dish isn't really much without it. So, but do as you please. Alright, so this is what it's going to look like once you're done. I am pretty happy. I want to put this in the oven for about 400 degrees and anywhere in between 20 and 30 minutes. You don't want to do nothing over that, but this is the final product, y'all. I absolutely love, love, love this dish. You'll thank me for it once you prepare yourself. So of course, I always prepare during the weekends for my meal prep, so this is what it looks like. And we're on to meal number 2. You're going to be needing crab meat, Colby Jack cheese again, grilled chicken, and then turkey bacon, and of course sour cream as well. So now I am just cutting up the pieces of my chicken fajita and getting the sizes smaller, a little bit smaller than what it was before. Alright, so now I'm just adding the
pan. And I did about 4 pieces on here, as y'all see on the camera, but in reality I think I went and did like about 4 or 5 more strips. But on the next clip you'll see that I wouldn't cut the pieces of bacon down smaller and cooked it like this, because it was just going to be too much work cooking the strip and then going back to cut it. So now you see me just working with smaller strips and cooking it as is. Alright, so now we have our broccoli, and I'm just seasoning it with a little bit of Miss Dash seasoning and then some black pepper. I didn't want to go overboard with the seasoning just because I was trying to make this as low calorie as possible, since we are still using cheese for this dish as well. So now I'm just going to go in and kind of cut those pieces down a little bit smaller like I did earlier. These pieces were honestly really big, and I just wanted to make sure it was a nice size for the pan. So now I'm just covering my dish with some cauliflower and some broccoli. I decided to mix both of those together, and I'm just really spreading it consistently throughout the dish pan. And then once I'm done with that, I'm just going to get some of that Kobe Jack cheese and just do 1 thin layer of cheese on there just to get a nice covering. Then I'll be going in and adding the crab meat on top of the cheese that we just did right now. Alright, then after we're done, we're just going to be adding those bacon pieces, and I'm just making sure I'm doing it little by little because I am going to use this for our next dish. And then with 1 more layer of the Kobe Jack cheese, just going to add another thin layer on top of that as well. So I'm going to pop that in the oven again for 375 degrees at 30 minutes, and this is what it should look like when it's done, y'all. This was absolutely bomb, bomb, bomb. Alright, so for our next and last dish, I am going to get that sour cream from earlier. Now, I added way too much sour cream, so please do not overload like me. Please do thin layers. So I'm just going to spread this evenly throughout the pan. And then once I'm done, I'm just going to be adding some broccoli florets on top of that sour cream. And I did have some green onions left over, so I just want to pour that on top of there as well. Now I'm going to be adding the chicken fajita strip pieces on top. And then last but not least, we'll be adding the bacon on top of there as well. So y'all, please do not follow along like how I did. I went and got the spoon and started mixing this together. Don't do that. Literally just let everything sit on top. Like, this messed up the whole aesthetic of what I was actually going for this video. So I went back and did a bootleg version of which y'all saw before. Everything's kind of mixed up, but I'm just pouring Kobe Jack cheese on top of this and just doing very thin layers. You can add as much cheese as you want to. This whole video was pretty much a cheese-based dishes, like for cheese-based dishes, but this is what it should look like. I went and added that in the oven for the same amount of time that I did that last dish, but this is pretty much it once you're done. I really hope you guys have enjoyed the dishes that I prepared in this tutorial. If you guys like this and you want more, you already know what to do. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, beauties.